The first sign that something was wrong wasn't the bruises. It wasn't the late nights. It wasn't even the way my husband stopped touching me. It was the life insurance policy. I discovered it accidentally, on a quiet Tuesday afternoon, while organizing our home office. I was 6 months pregnant, exhausted, emotional, and desperate to feel useful. My doctor had put me on partial bed rest, and cleaning paperwork felt safer than walking too much. That's when I found the envelope. Thick. Official. Tucked carefully inside a folder labeled Property Documents. At first, I thought it was just another boring policy. Until I saw the number. $2 million. My name was listed as the insured. And my husband, Adam Carter, was the sole beneficiary. My heart skipped. We had talked about life insurance casually months earlier. He had suggested we should both get small policies, just in case. Something responsible parents did. But this? $2 million? Without telling me? I told myself I was overreacting. Adam worked in finance. Maybe this was normal. Maybe his company required it. Maybe he'd planned to tell me after the baby arrived. But the unease didn't go away. It settled into my chest like a stone. My name is Lena Carter. I'm 29 years old. A freelance interior designer. I come from a modest family in Oregon. Teachers, nurses, ordinary people who believed in honesty and hard work. Adam, on the other hand, came from ambition. He was charming, brilliant, driven. We met at a business seminar. He spilled coffee on my notebook, apologized so sincerely that I laughed, and offered to buy me lunch. 4 hours later, we were still talking. He made me feel seen. Special. Chosen. We married after 2 years. The first year was beautiful. The second year changed everything. Adam started working later, coming home past midnight. Always tired. Always distracted. His phone never left his hand. And then I got pregnant. At first he was thrilled. He told everyone. Bought tiny shoes. Read parenting books. But slowly something shifted. He became distant. Irritable. Cold. He complained about money, even though he earned well. He insisted I reduce my workload. Said stress could harm the baby. I trusted him. I shouldn't have. After finding the insurance policy, I couldn't sleep. My mind replayed tiny moments I had ignored. The way he insisted I drink the herbal teas he prepared. The way he discouraged me from visiting my parents, saying travel was risky. The way he insisted on handling all my medications himself. I tried to dismiss my thoughts. But fear is a stubborn thing. So, I did something I never imagined I would. I installed hidden cameras. Not in the bedroom. Not in the bathroom. Only in shared spaces. The kitchen, hallway, living room, and home office. I told myself it was for security. Deep down, I knew it was survival. 3 nights later, I saw the truth. I woke up at 2:17 a.m., heart pounding for no reason. Adam wasn't beside me. I opened the camera app on my phone. He was in the kitchen. On the phone. Whispering. I turned up the volume. It has to look natural, he said. An accident. Something doctors won't question. The policy pays only if there's no suspicion. I stopped breathing. The dosage has to be slow, a male voice replied. Too much, too fast, and it shows. My stomach twisted. I know, Adam said. I've been increasing it gradually. The teas. The supplements. She trusts me completely. I felt my baby move. Like a warning. Once it happens, Adam continued, I'll be devastated. Widowed father. Everyone will support me. And the money will fix everything. The call ended. I collapsed onto the bed, shaking so violently my teeth chattered. My husband wasn't just planning my death. He was engineering it. I spent the rest of the night frozen. At dawn, I called my childhood friend, Maya, who worked as a nurse. She listened in silence, then said one word, poison. She came over with a test kit. We tested my blood. The result confirmed my nightmare. Low-dose digitalis, a heart-affecting drug. In tiny amounts, it causes weakness, dizziness, nausea. In slightly higher doses, heart failure. It mimics natural pregnancy complications. I had been slowly poisoned. I didn't confront Adam. I became an actress. I drank his teas. I swallowed his pills, secretly switching them for safe vitamins. I pretended to grow weaker. I pretended to struggle. I let him believe his plan was working. Because I needed proof. And I needed timing. Over the next 2 weeks, the cameras recorded everything. Adam discussing dosages. Adam researching symptoms. Adam ordering chemicals online using burner accounts. Adam practicing his grieving expressions in the mirror. Yes, practicing. One night, I watched him whisper, "Soon, Lena. Then everything will be mine." I threw up in the bathroom. With Maya's help, I contacted a detective named Rachel Monroe. She reviewed the footage. Her face hardened. "We can bury him," she said quietly. "But we need him to make the final move." The plan was terrifying. I had to let him believe he was close to winning. 3 days later, I pretended to collapse. He rushed me to the hospital. I let myself fade. Acted confused. Weak. Doctors ran tests. Rachel had already informed them. They pretended to be puzzled. Adam stayed by my bedside holding my hand. Crying. Telling everyone how much he loved me. Calling relatives. Posting emotional messages online. "Pray for my wife and unborn child," he wrote. People called him a hero. A devoted husband. I watched it all from behind closed eyelids. At midnight, he thought I was asleep. He pulled a syringe from his jacket. Injected it into my foreline. I felt the cold burn. But it wasn't poison. The hospital had replaced the medication. Hidden cameras recorded everything. Rachel entered with officers moments later. "Adam Carter," she said, "you're under arrest for attempted murder." He froze. The syringe slipped from his fingers. "She's lying," he shouted. "She's unstable." I opened my eyes. "I heard everything," I whispered. His face collapsed. The trial lasted 6 weeks. The footage destroyed him. The blood tests. The recordings. The chemical purchases. The life insurance motive. Every lie unraveled. Adam was sentenced to 28 years in prison. No parole. My daughter, Hope, was born 2 months later. Healthy. Strong. Perfect. She saved my life before she even entered the world. Sometimes I sit in her nursery at night, watching her sleep, and I think about how close I came to dying. How love almost became my grave. How trust nearly killed me. But I also think about strength. About instinct. About survival. And I promise my daughter, no one will ever hurt you the way your father tried to hurt me. Because I survived. And I will teach you to survive too.